try to make Earth as heaven-like as possible. So heaven is an idea, and this idea most commonly we associate it with, theology. After what happens after we die, we hopefully go to heaven. So I'm just saying, and I think this is a good idea, is while we're here on Earth, there's war on Earth in the 1940s there was World War II. In the 1910s there was World War I. In the 60s and 70s there was Vietnam. In the last 10 years there's been various conflicts. So I'm just saying, as one human being on this earth with 7 billion other human beings here on this earth, we should all, as many of us as possible, hopefully all of us, will seek to make Earth as heaven-like as possible. So that means decrease the amount of suffering we see through any way you possibly can, whether it means going to a university and getting an education so you can try and make vaccines or fight diseases, or whether it means working to prevent conflicts or stop conflicts or resolve problems, to eliminate starvation, to eliminate poverty, to eliminate homelessness. We should each do what we can. And part of that, I think, is taking as much personal responsibility for our own situation as possible. So, if each of the 7 billion humans on Earth took as much personal responsibility for making their own space as heaven-like as possible, I think that would go a long way. That means solving our own personal problems and trying to solve our own personal conflicts. I think that would be a good service. There's a couple other things. There's two big things I think could go a long way that I think are fairly concrete and potentially, maybe, just maybe, fairly doable theoretically. The first one is what the SENS Research Foundation is trying to do. And SENS stands for Strategies for Engineered Negligible Sentience. Strategies for Engineered Negligible Sentience. I think that's it. I think that's what it stands for. And it's SENS. Their website is sens.org for the SENS Research Foundation. And they're trying to make it so humans, they're trying to stop the diseases of they're trying to cure and alleviate the diseases of aging, as I understand their mission to be. And a side effect of that, if they're successful, would to enable humans to live indefinitely, to stop and actually reverse human aging. So I would encourage you to support the SENS Research Foundation. And there may be a couple other organizations that are trying to do similar things, although I'm not totally sure which organizations those might be. And Aubrey de Grey is the chief science officer of the SENS Research Foundation, and he wrote a book called Ending Aging, and I would recommend you do it. I'd recommend you read it, Ending Aging. I recommend you buy the paperback or electronic version because you get an extra chapter. Then also, I think two other things that would go a long way to make Earth more heaven-like would be, one, to eliminate civil commitment in psychiatric holds. So basically, not force anyone to live on Earth, not force anybody to stay at the party, so to speak, metaphorically. Suicide should be treated as a civil right, even though we should try to persuade people peacefully, non-coercively, and non-forcefully to live. We should try and make Earth so heaven-like that nobody wants to leave it. There's no reason to, because it's so pleasant to live here. And then also the insanity defense, I think, is a waste and contributes to misbehavior, and it does not help ultimately decrease the amount of misbehavior or justice on Earth, but it decreases the amount of justice and either maintains or increases the amount of misbehavior, whether in or out of a hospital. So so those are three causes I think are worthwhile, in addition to all the other ones I mentioned, like, stopping starvation and stopping famine and stopping, let's make it so everyone can access clean drinking water, ideally. Those are my ideas, but ultimately, again, the message is, please let's just all 7 billion of us try to make Earth as heaven-like as possible. I'll end it there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And yeah, have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, whenever, wherever you may be. Thanks for watching.